Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. I apologise, this is a little bit late. I usually, talk about these events moments after they finish, but I didn't really get around to doing a video yesterday. This is Saturday morning here, the 23rd, for me here in the UK, and I just want to talk to you about what we saw yesterday at this Pulse Con. Day one, TVC and, the Black Series stuff, but anyway, didn't really... Well, I was tired, man, and I watched it, and then I needed to fix some food and stuff, so I wasn't really that inspired to kind of run and make a video about it, because it didn't really float my boat, to be honest. I think it was more of a night for the Black Series to rejoice. If you want a huge Rancor, then that was the night for you. We'll talk about that later. But, let's go through. As usual, I usually do screen grabs when I'm watching it live, and then let's have a look at some of the screen grabs. Check this out. So this is just the kind of, they were recapping, and they talked about this, which I actually have downstairs now in my house, because thanks to Matt Lucas, not the Matt Lucas, but a friend of mine called Matt Lucas, who's not far from me actually, he's a local guy, and he told me about a website in France that was selling it. Stay tuned. After I've done this video, I'm going to go and open that. Look forward to it. The Emperor on throne. Then they said they were going to start with TVC, so that's good as ever, because that's what I'm interested in. And there's another screen grab of them to just do multiple screen grabs. And look at this screen grab here. It kind of molded into two. It's two images blending into one. But this is the first thing they announced, and I was a bit like, it's like one of those moments when you think, bruh. Okay, you sat there, you want to be blown away. And I'll be honest, the last few events that they've done have blown me away. They've been really good. I've been happy, satisfied, whatever. After this one, I wasn't really that satisfied when I left. I thought, okay, fair enough. Nothing really that outstanding for me, but this was kind of like one of those moments when they announced Peasant Anakin or Padme coming back. It's like, okay, fair enough. If you're going to photo real, baby Anakin, that's fine, but who wants really that figure on the top of their bring back lists? So we'll move on from that, and oh, there he is again. Looks exactly the same as he was before, to be honest with you. But this was a good one. This is an example of a much needed figure that to be repacked because of the goddamn price of them in the secondary market now. That Mace Windu is a lot of money and always has been. It's right back from when I started collecting vintage collection. God knows what he costs now, but he always did cost a lot of money. But also, that's a figure that is like Tarkin. In the vintage collection, it's the only way you can buy him. I don't think he's a previous release of a vintage. He might be a kit bash of some sort, but I don't have that figure loose. Personally, I can't wait. I'm going to be buying that one to open. It's Mace Windu, isn't it? Look at it. I'll tell you what I do have. I've got the Black Series Orange card release, which is a kind of another figure in itself. It's I think it's a completely different figure as well. It might take elements of that figure. Different head sculpt again, and it's got more of a Clone Wars element to it. But this is brilliant because I want that figure. I always have wanted it loose, but I can't get it, which would be ridiculous money secondary market. So that's good. And then there was this Obi-Wan. I wasn't sure which one they were going to announce, but so they've done one from, it's interesting, they've done one from Phantom Menace here, they've done one from Attack of the Clones, and then, well, this is Attack of the Clones, and then Revenge of the Sith. But again, when they were talking about prequels characters, I thought they were going to say something about Dooku, which they didn't, which was sad. So this is a much better variation of this figure, right? I've just had a look at my original one. Looks more like Alan Rickman than Ewan McGregor, but this one seems to be a lot more Ewan-y. Let's have a look at it. There it is. So that's good, much needed. I could do with another one of him loose as well, because I could do multiple things with an Obi-Wan from that era. It fits into the beginning of the Clone Wars with the Genndy era, so I've got a shelf, as you know. If you don't know my channel, I've got a loose room and a carded room, and I could have him battling Dooku, or leading on the clones, I beg your pardon, Fordo and company, or I could extend my lightsaber battles with he and Dooku, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm just thinking about myself here. I'm talking aloud as a collector and what I want, but I'm just saying that it's just overall, that's quite a good one to bring back because, again, he does go for a pretty penny now. This is an interesting one. Ahsoka Tano. This, I still can't see the value of the one I have on my wall, the VC 102. I got mine for £80 in 2018, I think. Now she goes for a ridiculously astronomical 500 plus. So anyway, loads of people wanted to get that Ahsoka carded for their, for their carded collection. You wouldn't want that figure loose. unless they've changed it somewhat. I think they've done something to the face, so they said, yes, they have, look. But still, you know, the figure itself I always thought was pretty poor. Never really liked the design of that figure. But yeah, so that's good for the carded collectors, and I'll take another one of them to have side by side with the other. Still, ridiculous secondary market prices for her. And oh, there she is again. That's is that Rosario face? I don't know. Doesn't look anything like anything there. Anyway, so then they move on to the Mandalorian. And do you know what? One of the problems I had with this whole thing was Mando overload. And I love the Mandalorian. God damn, I love it. But, you know, so much. We've had all that carbonized stuff recently. And it is great and everything. And I know they're capitalizing on its success. And they want to get sales up to counter the dreadful drought of the sequel era. But, you know. So then they said about Mandalorian. There you go. And then they said about Black Series. And then this was an error of theirs. This was in the background when they were talking about Black Series. And so I quickly screen grabbed it. And I thought, did I mishear? Because they had these figures. They were showing these. And these are the 6-inch ones, right? So I thought, oh man, I must have misheard. They must have said vintage still. Maybe Black Series was later in the stream. But no, I hadn't misheard. They were talking about Black Series, and there it is again. That's 6-inch, that one, but they'd obviously put the image of the vintage one in the background, so that's a total mistake. I presume it was live. I thought maybe they could have pre-recorded it and sent it off, but to make it look live, because it's all YouTube at the end of the day. But still, no, it must have been a live. And then, yeah, this is much later on. They mentioned back to 3 3/4 inch, and then it was this again. What's it called now? The Mandalorian and Grogu with the crazy ass spiders. That's my least favorite episode in season 2. That was just freaky. And that is that. I'm getting a bit confused now because I didn't screen grab any of the Black Series stuff. I did screen grab that though, because I thought that was pretty cool and I'd like that on a vintage card back. They also had a Mayfeld which looked interesting. I wasn't sure if it was the best likeness to Bill Burr, but and I screen grabbed that only because I did love this character. This is Steve from flyguy.net. Or even Steve Evans from Hasbro. It must be. This is Cobb Vanth, and I loved Cobb Vanth, and you know, I loved that whole season 2, especially that first episode. So then, what am I screen grabbing here? Oh yeah, this is the loose version of the TVC one. This is now the the Cantina for Navarro. My mate Daniel Chott, right? I'd like to quote him occasionally. He didn't like it. But I liked it. I mean, that will do exactly what I want it to do. A piece to set my Mando shelf off. My Mando shelf looks really bare and, you know, a bit miscellaneous. But this would be really nice just to tie in a few things. And I thought it looked pretty cool. I know how good these pieces are. And I liked it. Apparently you can play around with these dispensers and stuff. And then there's the packaging there. Which is alright, I suppose. Quite pink. Quite orangey. There it is. Interesting. I quite liked it. And she said about the fact that you can have it with the blown out windows or without, but they didn't demonstrate that. I think there must be something you can do with just switching around the plastic or something, flipping it around. Aha! Then they showed you that with, there you go, there's the whole army in the background. Pretty cool. And, what else? Oh, there's Patrick again. This is uncut. Aha! Then we get onto this subject of these guys, and this is a thing of frustration for myself because I never got one of these, which is crazy. They all sold out and they came back online. They sold out again dead quick. I had loads of Americans saying, come on, man, they're on Hasbro Pulse. Go now. Go. And no, I'm not American. I'm not in America. That's Hasbro Pulse for you. For Hasbro Pulse for us, they've never come back. So I never got one. It's crazy. But they've... did I not screen grab it? Oh, then they started talking about this again. They talked about the Tantive set because they were sort of introducing what they had coming next, and it was yes. And so there we are, the new diverse lineup of troopers, and there's the box. And so I've actually managed to get one. I did my orders yesterday, and I got one. I didn't get two. I know people who got two. I don't think I need two because if I scroll back to this, I have this on my shelves. I've already got one loose vintage collection one, and I've got a Power of the Force 2 one, and I've got a Power of the Jedi one, and that's 3 already. So all I really need is to open these guys once. Moving on. Oh, and then they mentioned figuring down. This is Pipeline reveals this. I presume they're pipelining him for the 6-inch. And then Leia. I screen grabbed them just in case I'd misheard them. But no, this was 6-inch. This says she's a pipeline for 6-inch. And then you've got this. This is quite cool. This is not for us. No, I say us, 3 3/4 inch. It's for the Black Series crew. But that's a cool character. I liked them. They reminded me of the Clone Wars a lot. And this is for us now. You got Jesse. There he is. And the thing about Jesse is, I want him, or one of these figures, to please be goddamn VC 188. I don't know what's going to be 188. There's a lot of hype about these troopers. I do like Ahsoka. I like that last season of the Clone Wars. But everyone seems to bang on. I do not like these troopers. I hate the way they mix the colours of blue and orange like that. I like blue and orange together, but I just don't like them. I don't know what. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. I just don't dig them. It's like they've lost their proper helmet and they've found a replacement. A bit like 3PO's arm, you know what I mean? A bit like that, you know what I mean? The red arm in Force Awakens, moving on. And this guy, even though I saw season 7, granted it was in lockdown, the first one in 2020, but I don't remember this guy at all. I'll have to watch that season again. Season 7, I didn't like the first few episodes when Ahsoka was messing around in the underground of Coruscant. I thought all that was crap. And then here he is. This is going to be Vintage Collection as well, which is interesting. We need a Mayfeld now that they've given us that, which the 6-inch have got a 6-inch have got a Mayfeld. Just such strange pipeline, so random. That one Mando figure, that's Clone Wars. This is Clone Wars again, I suppose. And that's Clone Wars, technically, so nothing for prequels, nothing for the 96. That was about it, really. And then, what was this all about? Oh, yeah, he was talking about the Vader. This is a pipeline for Vader's lightsaber. Black Series. And then I'll show you this very quickly. They talked about the Haslab. So there's the packaging for the Razor Crest. Looking forward to that. And then it's obviously the Rancor, as spoiled by Patrick back in July. And here was my first look, and my first reaction was, thank God I've seen this now, and I know I won't get one. I say that, I don't think I'm going to get one. 2 reasons why. I just don't have the space. I don't do this scale. So why would I get one other than to buy it to invest? But it's early days yet. I mean, I'm yet to... Well, I've got to back it now, haven't I? How many days have I got? Whatever it is. I will regret it if it looks amazing in the packaging or you get some good pack-ins or whatever. But again, it's massive. It's good for the 6-inch line. I've got a Rancor, as you know. I've got the Legacy one. That's all I need for my room. So speaking as a 3 3/4 inch collector and somebody who doesn't follow this scale, why would I get one other than to invest and sell it or something like that? There's no reason why I would buy this. Yeah, I don't know, man. But, you know, I'm glad. It's the first time I've seen something where I've thought, no, I'm going to pass. Some people have passed on bizarre things. I know some 3 3/4 inch collectors who are massive vehicle fans and they didn't buy the Razor Crest. And I think, what? They didn't get the Razor Crest and I just can't understand it. You know, they cancelled their order. You know who you are. I'm not going to say his name. What did you do that for, man? Anyway, thank you for watching. I might, of course, change my mind on the Rancor. I don't know. It depends how I feel and what's going on budget-wise. But still, you know, there's budget to be spread for different things that are more of a focus of mine. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you very much for watching. This has been only One Kenobi. If you are new around here, subscribe. You know, very much off the cuff. I've just gone through my screen grabs and they're my thoughts and feelings as I reflect on what we saw. But it wasn't really a big night for 3 3/4 inch. But it's about time the 6-inch people got a bite of the cherry. And let me know if you are a 6-inch fan and you enjoyed that the Rancor. What do you think about it? You know, you might not even be an original trilogy fan. You might be a prequels fan. Maybe you wanted something else. I don't know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. As usual, I have been only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.